Hi everyone, Nella here. So I don't know why, but I've been very inspired by Lily's story lately. So I thought I'd do a 10 facts video. And actually, before I do that, I just want to show you guys what I'm wearing because what I'm wearing is something that Lily would wear. So it's a pastel sweater, and you can't see, but there are silver threads, silver necklace, and a silver dress underneath. Lily really likes matching everything. So, the 10 facts, because I have written 10 facts for her now. Fact number 1. Lily is a selective mute. So she still has the capacity for speech, but she doesn't talk. She only talks if there's absolutely no chance at all that anyone will overhear her and know that she was talking. And in those cases, obviously, she isn't talking to someone. She's speaking aloud to herself to essentially remind herself what speaking feels like. Or if she's left alone, completely alone, no one can hear her, if she's left with an animal. Lily loves animals. Fact number 2, and this one actually took me a while to figure out, and it's the reason why Lily stopped speaking. She stopped speaking because her father died. And her last words to her father, the last time she saw him, she was very young, were, "I hate you." After that, she didn't talk to anyone, except for her mother for a short period of time after that. Now she doesn't talk to anyone. There's a bit of explanation why Lily said, "I hate you" to her dad. Basically, in public view, her family was the perfect family. Her parents had the perfect wedding, they had the perfect careers, they had the perfect house, they had the perfect marriage, they had a perfect little girl. Behind closed doors, though, they were not doing well. It was an extremely rocky relationship. And one of the things about Lily that she still has even now is that if other people around her are in a lot of heightened emotional states, then she kind of synchronizes with that. So what happened when she was younger and her parents would fight, would be that they would get angry, so she would get angry because they were angry at each other. And it was during the last fight that she screamed at her father, "I hate you," and she ran up to her room. She didn't know, though, what would happen, which was that her father was found dead the next morning. He apparently suffered from a heart attack, or something. They're not entirely sure what happened there. So she saw a lot of therapists afterwards, of course because her father had just died, but also because she was refusing to speak to anyone. And the only explanation she gave her many, many therapists was, "Words have power. It's better if I don't speak up." She had convinced herself that if she hadn't said "I hate you" to her dad, then his heart wouldn't have broken and he wouldn't have died. Fact number 3. Lily loves animals. I mentioned this before. But she admires cats the most, as they're independent and graceful. Number 4. She carries the notebook around so she can communicate. This notebook, actually. Number 5. She is extremely hard on herself. She strives for complete and utter perfection in everything she does. And she berates herself constantly when she inevitably falls short of those expectations. Number 6. The reason why Lily has short hair isn't because she thinks it looks nice, though she's gotten used to it. No, it's because long hair tangles and gets messy too easily, which means it doesn't look perfect, which means, well, Lily can't have that. Number 7. As much as she loves cats, she has never actually owned one. That might be why she still thinks they're so graceful. Owning 2 cats, I can tell you, they do plenty of stupid stuff. The reason why she has never had a cat is because her mother refuses to let filthy animals into her home. Lily has grown tired of being constantly refused and no longer presses the issue. Number 8. Lily lives with her mother in a large, empty house. Number 9. Lily hates her mother's dinner parties. Everyone treats her like a pet or an object, like she's something to be admired and fawned over, but never really considered alive. Number 10. Lily doesn't really display much emotion beyond bland pleasantness. Mostly because she stays alone. She doesn't really socialize with people because that means exposing herself to heightened emotional states and being influenced by other people, which means she's not completely controlled. And if she's not completely in control of herself, then how can she be perfect? Bonus fact. And if you're familiar with some stuff, you might understand what Lily's obsession with perfection is leading. Bonus fact, Lily is terrified to death of making mistakes, of embarrassing herself and her mother, and bringing shame to her mother. Essentially, she has very, very bad social anxiety, though it is undiagnosed. Lily's story is not really a happy story, which is strange because most of my stories are or become happy. There is, however, a bright spot in Lily's golden cage, and I'm going to talk about that in another video because this one is long enough. So, bye everyone!